Mining experience, what employers really want. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video I'm going to have a look at one of the things that gets thrown at me in comments all the time is that I've got the skills and the experience, it's just nobody will give me a go. And so something like this, don't bother replying no matter how long your list of skills and experience. It's one of those things when people come at you saying that they've got skills and experience that's going to transfer into mining. I mean, they just saying that means that they probably don't have, or they don't know the first thing about mining, because there's no skills that transfer across. Because if there were skills in other areas of the industry that would transfer across, they'd be looking for those people. What they look for in their new starters are people that are physically fit, because it is a demanding job and they have a lot of people that quit because they can't keep up with the physicality of it all. But the other reason that they have a lot of people quit with these jobs is because they can't get their head around how it all works. And if you can't be left alone, you don't end up having a job. And I think the easiest way to show you what I mean by experience is just to show you some of the gear that they use on these mines around the country. So these are all the gold and copper mines that are looking for people, all the hard rock underground ones that are looking for people around the country. And if we have a look at the first thing is the underground truck. And the underground trucks, they go for between 3 and 4 million, or 4.5 million now for one of these ones brand new, depending on whether you buy orange or yellow and which brand you buy. But yeah, they're configured in a certain way, and as you can see, they're all underground trucks, and the only place you get to operate one of these things is in a hard rock underground mine, because they just don't use them anywhere else. And it's the same thing with the underground loaders. The boggers are a different kettle of fish than sitting in a normal loader and using it. You sit side saddle in it, you're in the middle, you can't see the leading edge of the bucket. It makes for a very different bogging experience. And yes, again, they don't use these on the surface. The only place they use these is in the underground mine. So the only way that you can get experience with these machines is actually on the mine site. And it's the same with the jumbos. The jumbo drill rigs, these are the people that operate these are the ones that make the huge money. You know, they're people that are making $2,500 to $3,000 a day operating these machines. There was just a job posted with Redpath in Seek. They were paying anything up to $410,000 a year for a jumbo operator in and out of Indonesia. 8 weeks on, 4 weeks off. So yeah, you know, not the best roster, but you know, a fair bit of money for every time you go away. And again, you know, where else are you going to use this machine? You're not going to use this machine anywhere else but an underground mine. And it's the same thing with the charge up wagon. It's specifically designed for a hard rock underground mine with the telescopic arm and the cherry picker. So I suppose if you've got some cherry picking experience, you could say that helps you with that. But that's you know, anybody that's operated a cherry picker, it's all fairly, you know, easy to explain and to show you. You know, it's all this business end with the kettles and how all that operates and charging up and doing all that sort of stuff. And again, the only place that they use these machines is in hard rock underground mines. So when you say that you've got experience that can transfer over and you're a machine operator with lots of machine experience, you don't have machine experience on these machines, because if you did, you'd have a job. And yeah, but by saying that as well, if you go back to the underground truck, it's not hard to teach somebody how to drive one of these things. They're all point and shoot automatics. The first machines that you use like these when you start mining, they're really easy. It only takes a couple of weeks to learn how to use. Nobody really fails at that. And that's why they don't really bang themselves out of shape with picking people that have got a lot of operating experience with these jobs, because they don't need to, because it's easy to teach you how to operate this. One of these trucks. But what the employers really have difficulty with is teaching you enough about how the mine works so you can be left alone to get on with it by yourself. Now, I've logged into the underground training website, into my mining coach account, because I just want to take you through and show you the basic mine site operation, what you learn and the sort of things that they want you to know. So if we open it up and we have a look at, we've got ventilation and ground support, and I always have a look at the ground support one. And as you can see when you scroll down, it goes in depth about how the ground support works, what it looks like, how the jumbo installs the ground support along, the patterns that they use, mesh bolts, metal straps. It goes into everything, how the shotcrete's applied. Goes into how a bolt's put on. I won't hit play on that because it's a very loud video, and it's a deliberately loud video to show you how much noise these machines make when they're actually in use. So you need to be able to use your hearing protection all the time. And you've got the chemical bolts that go in and the cable bolts, and it shows you how it all works and how you put it in and how we use the IT to put it in and the cable bolt pattern. And it goes through and it teaches you everything that these employers want you to know about how the mine works. The development mining, how you bolt and bore, charge the heading, firing the heading, bogging the heading, and then go back to step one again. It teaches you everything that they want you to know about how it all works so they can throw you in the deep end. Because the biggest problem that the employers have with all these jobs, and the reason when they ask for experienced truck drivers, they take a lot of drillers off-siders for these truck driving roles now. Not because they're looking for their driller off-siding experience. What they're looking for is their underground mine experience, knowing what stench gas is, knowing what a refuge chamber is, knowing how it all works. That's what the employer's after, because as we've already talked about, it only takes a couple of weeks to teach you how to drive one of these trucks. So if they can get a driller's off-sider that can come in and they can teach them how to drive that truck in a couple of weeks, then that's the same as hiring an experienced underground truck driver, because they're going to be able to be left alone in a short period of time. And that's the hook for the employers when you do the training, when you do the DIY package or the 3-step plan package or the work ready, when you complete the online training and learn the information, knowing it and being able to talk to them in an interview about how it all works is 100% how you're going to get yourself a job, because it means that they can mobilize you quickly, they can train you quickly, and they can leave you alone quickly. That's the biggest thing, being able to be left alone, because unfortunately on these mines, the underground mines, when you're training truck drivers up, there's nowhere for the trucks really to pull over and let everybody pass. So when you're training people up on these trucks, if they're going a couple of trucks slower than they should be, then everybody that's stuck behind them loses a couple of trucks as well, and it can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day that you've missed out on loads not getting out. And so that's why there's so much pressure to get people up to speed. And so the longer it takes you to get your head around how it all works, to be left alone so you can get on with it by yourself, the more they ramp the pressure up and the more people they go through, unfortunately. So if you can go in knowing how it all works, makes it so much easier for yourself and so much easier for the employers. And yeah, it's not hard. $495. There's full instructions on how to redo your resume in that one, and there's interview prep as well. So we go through how the interview works, because I know a lot of people are worried about how the interview works and all that sort of stuff. So there's extensive information in the back of the training in the seminar about how the interview works. Yeah, so you can go through that. But yeah, the easiest way to get in and to show the employers that you know what you've got, that you know how it all works, and that you've got the experience and the skills that they want, is to be able to talk to them about how their mine works, because they don't want something like this happening. You know, because this is what happens when green people get thrown into trucks too early. You know, stuff goes wrong, unfortunately. So I hope you found that information helpful, and if you've got any questions about how it all works, please send them through. That's my personal bugbear with experience in mining. The experience that the employers really want is knowing how it all works. If you can talk to them about refuge chambers and cap lamp signals and stench gas and what a heading and what a stope is and how you're going to water down a stope and all that sort of wonderful stuff, then you've genuinely got something to offer them, because all they have to do is onboard you like normal, teach you how to drive the truck, and they should get a productive member of crew in a short time after that. And that's what everybody's after, is a productive member of crew that they can leave by themselves. And that's the experience that they're after, knowing how it all works. Teaching you how to drive the truck is easy. Teaching you enough about what's going on around you, that's what everybody struggles with. So give yourself a clear advantage over everybody else. Show them that you've already done the hard bit and you've taught yourself how the mine operates. You can do that using the training. So I hope you found that information helpful, and if you've got any questions, please send them through, and if you can share this video around and like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.